The other night, I was doom scrolling, and I'm thinking about that old saying, that we don't look for information. We look for affirmation or confirmation. So I'm thinking about my decisions as I'm scrolling and what path I'm on. And while I'm thinking about that, my sister pops in my head from the past. And right after she became a born-again Christian, she comes up to me and she says, "You shouldn't be listening to that music you're listening to." And I'm just like, "Well, why?" She's like, "Well, take, for example, Stairway to Heaven." She says, "When Robert Plant sings, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on." She's like, "That's a bad message for people." I'm thinking, doesn't sound that bad to me. It's saying there's time for redemption. She's saying, no, it's giving you permission to go down the wrong path. And you might not have time for redemption. So, I don't know what to really make of that exactly, even to this day, because I can see the point. But my father always said to us, he was a religious guy. He said, God has a different plan for everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're an atheist or agnostic or Hindu or Jewish or Muslim or Christian, whatever. It doesn't matter. So anyway, I'm thinking about that while I'm doom scrolling. And I'm just like, next thing you know it, I'm clicking on something about the Dead Sea Scrolls because I'm doom scrolling keywords in my mind, right? And I'm thinking about when I was in Israel years ago. And I'm by the Dead Sea, and somebody points up to the mountains there and says, "Hey, that's where they found the Dead Sea Scrolls." And I'm thinking, that's where I got some information out of some caves, It's kind of like, look at the information, I found it. And I'm thinking, well, what didn't they find? And I'm thinking, what never made it into that cave or caves? And then I'm thinking, what did they not tell us that was in those caves? Typical, doom scrolling kind of thought stuff, especially if you're looking for conspiracies, which I tend to enjoy. I believe them all, and I don't believe any of them at the same time, to be honest. So anyway, that's the soup that made this song. And I know it's a long story. You can just jump to the song, but it's nice to sometimes know where the idea came from. So this song is called Doomscroll. I was minding my own business out there in the sands, just taking in some sights when I ran into some man. Pointed at a star and said, "Do you believe in Christ?" I said, "Strong enough to drive the nails just to prove him right." He asked me, "Are you really saying you're all good with his demise?" I said, "Today you call me killer, but tomorrow call me wise, 'cause everywhere you go, you can change your answers as you scroll." Maybe I should drop a pin in the desert where I am. I'm northwest of the Dead Sea, in the land they call Qumran. I was looking for some answers, but not the ones they hide in caves. No, those were written for the masses, still praying to be saved. Me, I'm feeling doomed, like there's only death in these dry winds. It's hard to find redemption in a land that's built on sin, but everywhere you go, you can find new answers as you scroll. A sea that's barely known seems safer by the shore. This path has been well worn as I doom scroll once more. I'm going down to Egypt, 'cause Thomas had a twin. On one hand, I'm the doubter, on the other, I'm all in. I'm guessing that my mind will never be set in stone, but it's my heart for which I worry, 'cause no heart should beat alone. And with every step I take, the veils refuse to fall. Yet there's never been a question why I left my home at all, 'cause everywhere you go, you can change your answers as you scroll. In the blue light of my phone, I was looking at some sites, some ancient, dark or dirty, some showing drunken fights. accept what I have no power to change, but a clock that said I see. Blessed are the peacemakers who taught us how to dream. When I see that man again who is asking about Jesus Christ, I might be out there driving nails just to prove him right. But you know, everywhere we go, we can find new answers as we scroll. A sea that's barely known seems safer by the shore. My path has been well worn as I doom scroll once more. A sea that's barely known feels safer by the shore. My path has been well worn as I doom scroll once more. Yeah. All right, that one's called Doomscroll. Dead Sea Scrolls, Stairway to Heaven. I don't know.